At the very core of Bacardi is family. It's our DNA.
Rachel Dorian Guerin is a sixth-generation member of Bacardi, one of the spirit world's most recognized names. Her family history.
This is Facundo Bacardi, the man that started it all.
Like the rum, founded by Don Facundo in 1862, is rich, evolving, and just as important now as when he developed that special recipe in Cuba more than 150 years ago.
This is conceived by your great-great-great-great-grandfather and has been in the family ever since.
This is such a privilege and such an amazing story to tell. It's quite a big family.
These photos show the first distillery in Santiago de Cuba, what really started with a dream when Facundo first left Spain as a teenager. Finding a way to persevere in his new country, Facundo spent the next 10 years developing his own proprietary yeast strain to create a rum that his family and Cuba could be proud of.
Back in Facundo's age, rum was very harsh. It was called grog. It was not a refined spirit, and that's exactly what he set out to change.
The springboard for success, Guerin says, was good promotion, with that now iconic bat embraced by Facundo's wife, Amalia.
When she saw the bats hanging in the original distillery, she knew that was a good omen. So she decided to adopt it to her husband's rum label. That proved to be really incredible foresight, because at the time, many Cubans could not read or write. They needed a way to ask for Bacardi. So pretty soon they started to see it on the shelf and say, I want El Ron de Murciélago, the rum of the bat. And the rum of the bat was born.
At the turn of the century, Don Facundo's sons joined the family business.
Emilio, my great-great-grandfather, he was the president of the company. Facundo Jr. was our first master blender. We called him the maestro.
They helped Bacardi turn record profits, luring Americans during Prohibition.
They came up with this amazing idea to make these postcards that showcased and enticed Americans to come visit.
And come to Cuba, Americans did, ultimately leading to some new drinks you might have heard of, like when one miner working in the sweltering mountains of Daiquiri, Cuba, experimented with Bacardi rum.
He was looking for a way to beat the heat. So he grabbed what he had on hand, some Bacardi rum, some fresh lime juice, a little bit of sugar, and made this amazing cocktail.
But that's not all.
Tell me about the creation of the Cuba Libre.
Americans were celebrating the end of the Spanish-American War. There were a couple American soldiers that were at a bar, and one of them asked for Bacardi rum mixed with Coca-Cola and a couple of fresh lime wedges. And when the soldier asked what he should toast for, he said, for Cuba Libre, for free Cuba.
The rest, you might say, is history. The Bacardi family had their Cuban facility seized from them during the Cuban Revolution. And El Coco, a beloved palm tree the Bacardi family planted in front of that first distillery, fell too.
This lore kind of grew about it that as long as El Coco survived in Cuba, so would Bacardi. And as soon as the Bacardis left Cuba, the palm tree withered and died.
But the Bacardi family endured, finding a new home in Bermuda, where the company is still headquartered today. A new El Coco, standing tall and proud out front. The Bacardi family continues to celebrate Founders Day every February 4th and never turns down an opportunity for a toast.
So, familia.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And a nod to those with a groundbreaking idea and the passion, love, and perseverance to see it through.
No matter what we do, no matter where life takes us, we always have the Bacardi family.
So one of the really enduring parts of the Bacardi brand is that the bottles have this homage to all of that history. So we have a little bit of show and tell here, guys. Of course, you know about the bat, the Murciélago, right here, right? You also have, and I'll show it for our audience, you also have all of the medals that they've won back from when Alexander Graham was unveiling the telephone. That's on the bottom, and when the Eiffel Tower was being built, and El Coco. On the side of the bottle right here, the whole backstory of El Coco. Don Facundo's signature is at the top. Just an incredible sort of lineage and layers of history. I will also add some of the most iconic distilled spirits in the world are now part of their portfolio as well, and yet it is still a family-owned business. And my favorite part about this, I learned this from Rachel, in 1958 when the Revolutionary Guards came to seize their first distillery, they went to the wrong location. They went to Havana, but it was actually in Santiago that gave them a one-day head start to save their proprietary recipe, which means it is still theirs to this day. Could have been seized years ago.
And I love that I've seen this bottle a gajillion times, but did not know all the history within the label itself.
I learned so much in this story, and it's just there's just so much there. And you look at Bacardi through a new light, just understanding all of their history.
And in college, we used to call this a rum and Coke. It sounds so much better to say, Cuba Libre!
Cuba Libre! A la familia!
We're classy now.
That's right. Well,
we are.
Well,
cheers to you.
Cheers to the familia.